Yo, what's
So,
going
if you guys
on?
have seen my
What's going on? You beautiful, majestic creatures, you. We're back with a nightly live stream. Is it doom or is it boom? That's the biggest question. That's what's on my mind. But we're going to talk about it right frickin' now. How you guys doing? Let's go. I hope you guys had a great day in there, baby. Let's go. Hope you guys are pumped up. Let's go, baby. I really need to get another monitor, but how are we doing today? Are we doing good? We have a good day? What's up? You guys can ask any questions in this live stream about anything in general. What I'm invested in, what you think's gonna happen with AMC, real estate, all of it. So hit me with some questions. Let's talk. But is it doom or gloom? Is it doom or gloom? Let's go, Stephen Hall. David D, how's AMC looking? How are you looking? We're not going to get weird just yet. But AMC is actually looking really good. Now, futures are down. I want to say quite substantially, but not too bad. NASDAQ 0.16%, S&P down 0.18%, and the Dow Jones down about 0.20%. But our good old friend AMC has actually been climbing since the close of trading today. In after hours, we have been going up. We're still down, but we've actually been going up since where we were. We closed down in after hours, down like 1%, give or take. AMC tomorrow. Now, guys. We hit a 360, 180 double spin, double top drop at the end of the day. So, this doesn't mean anything for tomorrow, going ahead into tomorrow, or really next year, right? We can start saying that now. Next year, 2022. But this triple top, quadruple drop, whatever you guys want to call it, really shook things up a little bit, to say the least. Now, I do think we're still going to have a bullish day tomorrow, unless something crazy comes out, and it doesn't happen. Now, what you guys really need to realize with all of this is that, obviously, this is not just only AMC. There's other stocks that were up a lot more, some were up less. It's the secular rotation that I've been talking about for, 2-3 weeks now? That some of you guys that have been subscribed for that long have heard me talk about that. The secular rotation. Now it's coming, but it's not going to fully start until 2022. Why? Because the tax bill restarts, ladies and gentlemen. If you're wealthy and you're playing around with millions or billions of dollars, you don't give a shit what 2021 has to offer. You want to position for 2022. And it starts a whole new tax slate. By November to December, the only thing you're thinking about, if you're big money, is, hey, what do I do to offset this capital gains bill I'm going to have? Or how do I, get out of that? So you've seen that happen. And with the wash sale rule, I think it sets up for a very, very bullish January for AMC. I purchased my first call option in 4, 5, 6 months. I don't even know. I would have to actually look because it's been a long time. Today, because of this technical breakout that we've been seeing, it's very clear and obvious. Like, very, very clear and obvious. But Simon, Mr. Simon, my guy, how you doing? What up, homie? Hope we're doing good. I hope you all looking good, looking beautiful on this sunny afternoon. I'm just playing. How you guys doing? I'm pumped up. This is great. Why do you think they wouldn't have wanted to offset their cap gains by taking a major loss covering AMC shorts? Now, let's, for what it's worth, right? for what it's worth, pull up Fintel. And I'll actually have to log into this real quick because I got that paid subscription, you know, freaking highway robbery. But yeah, if we look at the owners, so yeah, there is a lot of short positions on AMC too, which yes, that does make some sense. But we also have a lot of new positions in 2021 that are probably down. On average, we've seen a lot of institutions buying in that $35 to $45 range. I think that's safe to say. Ton of people that were loading up in that range. Whoa, that was weird. Loading up in that range, and you're down on your stock at that point. They're up on a lot of other stocks. So I think there's a case to be made both sides. But really, I think it comes down to this is just an egotistical battle. Like, the short thesis is dissolved. Gone. Heading into 2022, I know. Oh, shit. Eric, bro. Hell yeah, that's funny. He just made me laugh on that one. Fintel. Not very hot. You hot it. Okay. Government about to lose billions in capital gains after January 27th. Think it runs before. Yeah. I think really from the beginning of January, because the markets, if you're not invested in these stocks that are, you know, going to be big companies down the line, SoFi, DraftKings, I talk about these companies all the time because they're big holdings of mine. Besides just AMC, these companies that have great futures ahead of them, but they're not making a profit right now, and they've fallen 50%. It's not just because the Fed has been printing all of this money. That's not the reason these stocks were up at SoFi, $20, $25 per share. JP Morgan, all these banks, I know we hate banks, right? They're part of the issue with the markets. Granted, that's correct. But they have sorry, I just got into reading some of those comments, but they have a lot of price targets on, say, SoFi, DraftKings, much higher than where they are. It's because the hedge funds, they're shorting stocks like AMC, DraftKings, SoFi, all these other stocks that I personally invest in. I'm sure a lot of you guys are investing in them too. They're shorting those to hedge for market downside. And they've been doing that at such a large pace. So you look at the markets if you're an outsider and you're like, hey, they're doing great. If you're the average hedge fund, you're only up 8% this year. The S&P is up 27% year to date. It's hit 80 all-time highs this year. But hedge funds are still clapped. They're whacked. Like, if you were not in large cap tech stocks, you got beat down. So it's pretty interesting. Break out the liquor, time to get drunk or rich at one time, baby. David Johnson, how are you doing, buddy? I appreciate you. Fintel isn't worth the price, and the information they display is shady. Just my 2 cents. I like how you said that. Yeah, I actually agree. I don't really have any other software that kind of breaks it down this easy to like see and visualize, right? Because there's a lot of this. It's a lot of high frequency bullshit, you know, with stocks and numbers and who's buying what. It's kind of easy to look at it like this. If you guys have any other platforms that work better, then by all means, I'll look into those. Because, yeah, I mean, Fintel is not the greatest, you know. Check that one out. Let's go. Boom, boom. Yeah, I mean, I think it still could be good because you're starting to see that secular rotation. You're seeing that that first, like today was the first day of just mid-cap stocks going nuts. So I don't think it's going to stop. It's not going to go straight up. We could have down days, up days, whatever, and just trend up. But I think overall, this is key. You know, today and tomorrow, I think they're going to be good. And they still haven't updated the actual calls that are in the money. But that's all right. That's all right. if we do look, and today was a good day. Yes, it was. Saw that on yeah, on Robinhood. See, I like Robinhood. I think it's good for new investors to like be able to see things easy and process the information. I remember when I first started, it wasn't on Robinhood, but when I first started investing, it's like all of this stuff is like, dude, you ask somebody what a market cap is, if you don't know them, they have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Like, it's just easy to understand things. But no, I've had that for a long time, and I just don't want to go through the hassle of, selling stocks, realizing gains or losses. I just kind of let what I have sit and let it do its thing. And I have margin too that I don't want to sell out of. But that's regardless. Robinhood's just a side note. We mooning tomorrow. How do you see the chart, Tyler? Oh, that's a good question. Like, the biggest thing that I've been watching for is obviously we have this inverse head and shoulders. Like, couldn't be more obvious. This is a perfect technical head and shoulders we have right now. I've been watching this neckline at, about $28.50. Give or take 10 or 15 pennies, doesn't matter. But I've been watching this, and I've been watching this line right here, and I've been watching the Bollinger Bands, and we're starting to compress. That compression leads to volatility. So that's what we're likely to see. But more importantly, the 20-day simple moving average, this blue line right here. We have been following this to a T. Like, you could not follow this any closer on the daily candlestick chart. So we've essentially, if you want to count this day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. We have been following this, and this has been serving as resistance, leading to this neckline. And yesterday, we did close under this neckline, this line at $28.50 per share, and under the 20-day moving average. So as soon as we break above the 20-day moving average, that is a big sign for traders in general. If you weren't even invested in AMC, buying and holding the stock, if you weren't an ape, that's a technical breakout. Even if you look at a lot of other stocks, they aren't even to AMC's level on a 20-day simple moving average basis, on a technical, basis. So that's really the main thing that I've been watching for, as well as volume. And not to get like ahead of myself, because I'm not a fucking fortune teller here, but ever since December 20th, when the MACD went bullish and the stock price was going down, that is a very rare divergence. You do not see that all the time. So when that happens, that is telling you something. And the MACD is bullish when this yellow line is above the blue line. The CCC line is above the blue signal line. That's taking in a bunch of different calculations, velocity, price action move, volume, all these different things, and basically putting it into a line form. So ever since December 20th, like we were ready for a breakout at any time. But that inverse head and shoulders 20-day simple moving average holds a little bit more weight. This is kind of foreshadowing what's to come. And that's exactly what we've seen. Price of the stock was going down. This was getting more bullish. So it was inevitable. And, really, I think I made a video a couple days ago about like make it or break it. Or that was the gist of the video. Saying either we're going to break this 20-day moving average, break the neckline, which was at about the same price, and make our way back up and just to see a clean break, or we're going to fall back to that $25 level before we do get that break. And that's what we've seen. We broke the neckline, we broke the 20-day simple moving average, and now the 200-day moving average. That's going to be the next stop at $32.86 per share. If we break that, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your panties because we are flying. Benzinga is talking about a 50% upside. Benzinga? 50%? That's crazy. Now, you all got to take this with a grain of salt, but, I mean, it's good. Telling you something, but what is it telling you? Bearish divergence? That's what's confusing. Basically, yeah, like, usually you only see the MACD go bullish as the price of as the price starts to go bullish, as the stock starts to go up. So when you do see that divergence, and especially with low volatility, it's easier to see. Like AMC, we didn't have crazy volume, 30 to 40 million shares, not even 40 million shares. 46.8 million shares was the highest day since we did go bullish December 20th. But, when you see that with low volatility and you see the price of the stock going down, yeah, that's the bearish bullish divergence you'll see. This guy literally knows nothing. Why are you guys following something that always says we going? Oh, that's great. I mean, I don't really need to defend myself because I've been right. I've been wrong. You shouldn't gamble off of what somebody says, but what you should want out of videos is an honest, transparent opinion. AMC, granted, has been one of the hardest stocks I've ever seen to read. There's been so many times on other stocks, it's so simple to see. Even Robinhood. When I was making those videos about shorting Robinhood, if you had shorted Robinhood, you would have made a fuck ton of money. No other way to put it. I did. You would have too. Especially if you held them for a long time. You would have made a shit ton of money. Robinhood is in the dump right now. And that was a 5-year-old could have seen that, right? Let's pull it up. Because I was making these videos, 3 months ago? What's the stock at right now? $18.20 per share. I was shorting it up here at 40. Like, a lot of things are hard to see with AMC. It's because the dark pool activity, right? You guys know what's going on with, like, no bullshit, Fugazi, anything here, right? What they're doing, and the whole problem with Citadel, the dark pools, is because they are taking the majority of our order flow, about 40%, and doing whatever they want in the dark pools. And dark pool trading is in between 50 and 60%. So when you add that massive variable in, you don't know what's going to happen. But overall, it's, which is funny you say something because, I've tried to stay very docile with other creators. People have their own take on things. But believe it or not, I've been in the markets for a very long time, since I was under 18 in a custodial account. I'm now 23, but stock market investing became a passion of mine. I tried to learn everything I could over these past 4 or 5 years now. It's been a very long time. I've dedicated every waking hour to. I don't even listen to music. I research, listen to videos, stuff like that. But that's besides the point. Now, other AMC creators, not trying to bash anybody in particular, they don't know shit. Just to be clear with you. Like, some people, not everybody by any means, but some people that do even get more views than me, don't know shit. And it's like, damn, I want to address that, but that's not my role. Everything comes out in the end. It's really not my role. But stop saying it's going to happen. Yeah, okay. I don't say, like, it's definitely going to happen. Go YOLO your money. I say, don't YOLO your money. I put my money on the line today with that call option, but I put $100 on it. If the stock goes to $45, I'll make $1,000 to $1,500 off $100. That's what I'm willing to risk because I have a ton of shares. So everybody's situation is different. I feel like a lot of people that are like mad at certain people, it's because they heard one thing, a relative suggestion of something could happen, on a certain day or whatever. Because like I said, AMC is very hard stock to read. It's very manipulated, and go out and blow a whole bunch of money. You should never, ever trade like that. But maybe I'm wrong. I know this play is right, and chance of a lifetime is sometimes hard to hang after a year, and really helps to have people like Tyler always positive, even if it's going up every day. It does. On a side note, bro, check out the shirt. I actually got this for Christmas. I heart hot moms. Funny. I want to show you guys that. You're spot on with your Discord trade. Oh, you're in the Discord. There we go. See, I mean, there was one today that happened so fast that I wasn't able to send out. It sucked, but it was like a 200% winner too. Not on a large amount. It was like 60 into like 180 or something, but didn't have time. Sometimes they just happen so fast. How much do they pay you, Andy? Yeah, seriously, they pay people to divide people. Like, if you guys have not seen the first video that I believe the first video I posted today, oh my god, it's crazy. There was a bot account that's only sent 3 comments on the whole history of the channel, 3 comments on the one video, and then there was somebody else that commented under that, and it didn't look like a spam comment. It wasn't telling you WhatsApp or Telegram or any of this shit, but they said basically agreed with them and like continued to bash me. But that account, that second commented account, had just formed 19 minutes ago. Like, either somebody is very bitter or they are really paying people to divide the community. Because think about it, if you have billions of dollars, hundreds of million, whatever the number is, it's very cheap to get people to try to just divide people. And that's the only way you win. Literally the only way you win. I've said many times, you do not want to fuck with 4 million pissed off retail investors. You just don't. Tyler gives the best insight on AMC, period. He's telling me so much, it's crazy. No other channel breaks down the stock like Tyler. Let's go. Big Blue, CNC. Yeah, because, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of different variables that go into everything, you know. Win this battle with the corrupt hedge funds. January will be a big month from London Bond in Wales. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. I appreciate you. Stop watching Matt to watch this kid. This kid knows more. I'm seeing chilling, down to earth. Good job, kid. Hey, I appreciate you. I just, I'm not always going to be right, not always going to be wrong. Recently I've been more right than wrong, but I think it's because we're getting closer to, the end. It's getting harder after almost a year of paying all this money out, to hide your short interest, to manipulate the stock in the dark pools, do all these things that take money. I think it's getting easier to see, well, I shouldn't say that, easier to actually follow through with what the data is saying on our end because it is getting that much closer. Canadian market opens tomorrow after 5 days closed. Ooh, jeez. I wasn't paid. I'm an AMC over 800 shares. All I'm saying is that don't say it's going to go up every day, or don't clickbait your video, say it's going to go up every day. Yeah, see, I mean, I encourage the dialogue here because how do I say this? Like, there's a lot of clickbait people out there. I don't think people actually watch the whole videos. People might watch the first 30 seconds or just the title and comment. Like, if I make a claim, there is the data to support it. If you want to argue about manipulation, any of that, that's a different story. But you can't say the data's wrong if the data is right. Right? Like the technical breakout today. Technical breakout, the options, right? Tell me this. Do you know what happens on the day to expiration when contracts go into the money? They get instantly hedged for. They have to. Why? Because the premium's so low. These contracts trade hands so much. The market makers take 90% of them and they get instantly hedged for. And that was the whole theory of the mega bounce, 2 weeks ago, December 17th. But today, on the highest volume 1 minute candle that we've seen, this was direct evidence of this. For anybody that doesn't think that's the case. We broke above $29 for the first time, right? The first time in the day. Yeah, first time in the day. I am correct on that. Broke through 29. And we have about 11,000 for open interest. That controls 1.1 million shares that have to be bought by the market makers. Say 90%, what is that? Rough math here. Let's say a million. A million shares that have to be fully hedged for from the market makers. Of course, they were not hedging for these yesterday or, 2 days ago. They were far out the money. Why would you do that? Why would you buy shares if you don't have to? Most contracts, most calls expire worthless, about 80% of them. That's why the most profitable strategy you could do is sell covered calls or just sell calls in general. Now, once we went over $29, we got a big boost to the upside. And if you guys take a look at the actual option chain, it's not very obvious for people to see, and people don't talk about this very much. And I should actually go. The volume was 548,000 shares. The previous volume before that was 82,000. The previous volume before that was 63,000. So we had a 10x volume increase in 2 minutes time. It's not just because these contracts ran into the money. It's because there was virtually zero time left on these contracts. So, like I said, 11,000 for open interest. They instantly hedged for half of these contracts right off the bat. Like that. That's where the whole theory of these mega bounces comes into effect when a lot of short interest, open interest is held just outside of the money. If you see them move to the upside, boom, instantly de-hedged for or hedged for. But the other bounce that we've seen, in all fairness, there was a lot of puts that were out of the money. So it was double buying power that had to come from the market makers December 17th. And that was really sticking I stuck my neck out on the chopping board. You think some people give hate now? Man, if I would have been wrong on that, I'd have really got my head chopped off. But I see your point, but Tyler doesn't have clickbait title. I see a bunch of YouTubers. Oh my God, it's so bad. It's so bad though. Dude, I see it all the time though. And even right, the Masked Investor, TCI, TMI, kind of cool, right? But he put out a video today that was pretty much exactly what I said. Exactly what I said. But if other people do it in a different kind of way, it's hard to exactly explain. But if you say it's going to happen, definitely. I think that's somewhat right, clickbait. You can never be 100%, especially with AMC. That's just not how it works. But some people, AMC do a $10,000 in every title, or it's a little crazy. Quintana, let's go. Thank you. You're awesome. If we don't increase volume and buying pressure in a major way, we will never overwhelm the shorts and it won't squeeze. Well, yes. I mean, there's a couple different sides of the coin to look at. Hedge funds overall, not doing good this year. Really, November was a really bad month for them. December, probably even worse. They lost 2% November, probably 3, 4, 5% in December. Just being conservative here. So when you see those kind of drops, it takes away that pool of money per se. So that's one side of it. But yes, I think at this point, you're obviously going to have to see the volume and all that. But AMC is such a big name and it's so well known that I literally don't think it's possible for it to not happen. Just the time it'll take, and you apes are some motherfuckers, especially the ones that are that are just some people are just mean, like they get off on it. They're just spiteful or something. But that are impatient about hey, you walk up to anybody and say, tell your mom or your friend or whatever the case, you're going to make a ton of money. I don't know when, but I know here in the next couple of months, if not the next couple of years, you're going to make millions of dollars. Would you complain about that? Would you complain that it took an extra month or an extra year? I sure as hell wouldn't. I'd be grateful and happy. Volume is never retail. That's a good point. The longer it takes, the more money we'll get. Justice for the poor people who have been ripped off by Ken Griffin and his kind over the years. Karma will prevail. Exactly. This data that we're seeing, it's not fake. We've done the due diligence. Why do you think they pay literal fake accounts to, comment on these videos and make it look like they're real accounts? I would have no clue. The video that I made, it was the walk and talk video where that actually happened. I would have had no clue it was bot comments unless I was on my phone and was able to click on it and look and see how long the channel had actually been up. Once I said 19 minutes, you don't do that if you're just spiteful off a trade. You don't do that. You do that if there's some kind of financial incentive there. And dude, one person or even a group of friends or buddies or something trying to do that in the comment section, that's not going to move the price of the stock. That's a large campaign that is going on. And that shows you, among other things, that I think we're winning here. Sierra the Noob, appreciate you. What's that? A fox? Good job. Thank you. Hustle Cow is a paid shill bot. Go shill on Webull comment section. Not here, Hustle Cow. Oh, these people have infinite money. Let's see. Let's be serious. No, they don't have infinite. Well, in like normal, if you make 50 grand a year, then you might think, a normal income, you might think they have like infinite money. Like that's a fair statement to say. Like hundreds of millions, billions of dollars, that's fair enough, right? But that's not how it works, because it's just like you selling a put. If you sold a put on AMC, said, hey, I will agree to buy 100 shares at what, $100, $40 a share or $20 a share. You have to put up $2,000 or $4,000 to do that. So it's the same thing with short positions. We've seen a lot of rule changings too that have come in and, done different things to make it like you get more margin calls, right? 100% collateral requirements, intraday margin calls, those kind of things have come and gone. But that's all playing into, that's all playing into what's going on with AMC. And eventually, you do start to lose so much money, it's just not worth it, ultimately. So, interesting. Days. Should I transfer AMC/GME to TD Ameritrade or Fidelity out of Robinhood? Need advice, please. Well, yeah. I mean, if you can turn off your ability, well, actually, this is something a lot of people don't say, but if you just put a sell limit order, good to canceled 90 days, and put it at, say, AMC $100, we're not going to wake up and it's $100, right off the bat. We're going to start seeing those explosive moves when we're a couple $100 a share or $80 a share, right? I would move my limit order up dramatically if that was the case. But by doing that, you have a limit sell order. So in theory, they're not going to lend out your shares because it could be filled at any time. And the last thing they want is a situation where they don't have shares available. But I mean, if you're still buying like a lot, then sure. I really have, one person to kind of do what you want to do, to be honest with you guys. I think it's better, but some people just don't like to, or I don't think it's like a big factor of the squeeze. I think it helps, so do it if you want to, but I don't think it's like a make it or break it. Depends. Because really my issue with it is them lending out your stock. That's the big issue. If you had your shares in AMC in whatever brokerage or whatever, and they're lending out your stock over and over and over again, and the only time they have to get your shares back is when somebody sells and you're not selling. So essentially, you're never really recalling those shares back. That's the issue for me, is the constant dilution from brokers lending out their shares. That's my, thing with it. But if you do the sell limit order, then in theory, they shouldn't lend them out or lend them out as often. I think that's the biggest thing that actually would help things get rolling. And I mean, we're looking good right now. Like, I am not arguing that whatsoever. Sierra the noob again, showing some love. $4.99. Buy me a McDouble. Actually, I like the Impossible Whopper from Burger King. Some jalapeno poppers, some onion rings with zesty. Whew, that's some good stuff. Appreciate you, Sierra. Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate that, Joe. Love my apes, but I got my plan. 135K is for me. Exit broke down in 5 pieces. Yeah. I think if you develop your strategy, then just stick with it, right? If my personal strategy, which I don't really have one per se, but if I could sell, let's say AMC went to $10,000. If I could sell 10 shares, make $100,000, make all of my initial investment back plus some profits, why not do that? But I really haven't formulated a plan. I think either way, whatever the ultimate price is, we're all gonna be super rich. I think some people drag people on though when they say $1 million a share. I've seen Al from Boston's theory on it, but and y'all are you probably defend him and shit. What do we all know? But just it's more human psychology. What do you think people would hold their stock to? Facts swap. I got calls throughout my January. January starting at 29 strike price. God, I hope this molest happens so I can throw it in the muscle car shill's face. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. All the shills, all the dang shills. Seriously though, that's not even a joke. What do you think the impact of funds rolling January 21st out of the money puts will be? I think there's a big incentive to cover, honestly. Because depending, let's take a look. What would they probably roll them out to? Maybe the March. Say the April. See if they're doing it with a large amount. See, even the April 2022s are what, $250, $230. So I mean, you might go down further, but either way, you're gonna be paying a lot of money to do that, and that's where the fundamentals are important. That's where the fundamentals are important. Is because if you're just in a losing battle, that's like doing the same trading strategy that is losing you money every week. How long are you going to continue to do that? Good question. I mean, they got some to spare, but they are losing big in 2021 so far. I'm selling at the top 90. I'll tweet this. Delivery FTDs. I'll pay taxes. I want to be so rich that I want to see how the Beverly Hills Hillbillies felt like becoming rich. Why you worry about shills, man? I mean, I shouldn't say I don't, but just I don't know. I guess we're human. Well, some people aren't shills too. Like some people, I actually will verify what they're saying. That I clickbait, but they've had a YouTube channel since 2010 or something. So I'm like, they're real people, but there's so many clickbait videos out there that it's like, if you see a title like mine, you probably think it's clickbait until you actually, see it or listen to it. AMC algo multiplier is 10x. Interesting. They ain't losing. They got other plays. Yeah, but their other plays are not doing so hot unless you're in the big cap stocks. If you're a hedge fund that's focused on like high growth, right? Like where my portfolio is, good companies, but high growth companies like your SoFi, DraftKings, Lucid, these other companies, you're still, substantially down. I'm not down like that, but still I'm not, up 27%. A lot of the stocks that I'm invested in, I don't care if I was down for 5 years on them. If I get that 10x in 5 years, I'm happy. That's the way that I look at it. Like Kathy Wood said, if you're trying to beat the S&P 500, you're in the wrong game essentially. What the hell? I just got the notification. Edward Morgan. I was wondering where you were. Let's go. Hope the Santa Claus rally makes January a good month. Yeah. Oh yeah. How much is your floor? I mean, just depends. I really don't have one per se. It's more human psychology. I'll put it at that. What do you think people will actually hold their stock to? Not what do they say, but what do you think they will actually hold on to their stock at? I think that's the real question you should ask yourself. So I have not come up with a idea really on that. It's so far. Hate the creators that repost the same video multiple times a day or two with different names. DJ Gato. I've never seen that, but I'm not a fan of a lot of people. Like, I'll be honest, I do like Short the Vix. He's cool. I do like Trey just because I like his personality, but other than that, I really don't watch anybody else. A lot of people just, not trying to bash anybody because they're cool. I love everybody, but a lot of it's just like kills my brain cells. It's just bad information, or it's not portrayed the right way. It's totally missing what's actually going on. And I like to keep my head just on a straight, Heather, we talked on this a little before. I want to pay off my mom's house first. She is 76. Yep, I remember. And disabled and help the homeless here in St. Pete, Florida. What are your goals to help there in Detroit? Yeah, well, my family, really my mom, but we go in on it. We donate to like the dog pound, like the dog shelter, twice a year on Christmas and on my brother's birthday in memory of him passing away. Well, he was killed, but we do that. For homeless people. I think the real thing is in like actually giving back. I would want to do something more than like buying somebody something, like teaching them or like getting them like help, right? Because my dad, my family is not really had the best luck. Just put it that way. And if they had the knowledge, then I think things would have been different. So I would rather like get them the knowledge, the resources to help change their own life. Stuff like that. I think that answered the question. I'm not sure. I'm holding until I can pay my girlfriend to be quiet and switch. That's funny. Touche. I feel that. I like hot moms. Short the Bigs, TMI, you, Matt, and you is all I watch. There we go. Yeah, I think that's a good mix, Yeah, I said you twice. Everyone in this chat, when will you begin to sell? I like the 3 to 5K range. See, I think that's more realistic. I think it could go higher than that. I wouldn't like sell out a ton at those prices, but I think a lot of common ground is like 10,000. I think that's like a lot of people's common ground. Bro, I'm trying to learn the market so I can help my family learn as well. Yeah, it's knowledge. There was a story about a janitor. That's like all he did from his 20s. He was a janitor for his whole life. By the time he was 70, he had $8 million in a portfolio. Crazy. With $8 million in a portfolio, check this out. Like $8 million, depending on what you're doing, how you're investing. It might sound like a lot, but it's not a crazy amount. Anybody will tell you your first million is by far the hardest to get. So if you have $8 million times 0.6, that's 6%. That's 480 grand a year divided by 12 months. That's 40 grand a month. You think you could live off 40 grand a month? I think so. But it's all about, how much you save. Save 10 to 20%. I save like 25, 30% of my income straight to investments every month, every time you get paid, like clockwork. And that's really how you want to do things. But that's the cool thing about especially what we're going to be doing, taking 500 into 5,000 starting this upcoming week with the new year. Don't know how long it's going to take. Don't know how many videos I'm going to post. Once I make a couple trades, post a video about it, or if there's something happening in the overall markets. But that's going to be more into like broad markets, how to trade, and these different strategies to build up a small account, to keep your money and grow it using, not very risky strategies, but things that really not the average person wants to know. So those videos will probably come out later in the day, just so I don't, bug people in the, mid trading or whatever. But those are going to be really fun, and you'll definitely learn a lot from that if that's something you're interested in. Because I've done it before. I've done it 2 or 3 times. Took a small amount to a large amount. I think 1,000 to 10,000 was the last time. I've done 500 to 5,000, and it's possible. The key is you cannot start to overtrade. You can't revenge trade. You have to basically go for foolproof opportunities. Like the trade I made today was Carnival Cruise Line next week, $19 puts. I bought them for 3 cents a piece. I sold them for 9 cents a piece. That was over 200% profit. I didn't have time to send the alert though. It was fast. It was really, really fast. But opportunities like that where it's like you can get ahead of the market makers and you can do spreads and different kind of like the ghetto spread. I have a really old video on that, but things like that is what really helps to grow your knowledge. So you literally have a tool belt. You know what to do in certain situations, because AMC, that's just the building block. That's the first step. But I hope, I literally pray that everybody continues on their journeys, because you guys can do incredible things no matter what age you are. Are you doing it live? Do it live. Just, with the whole not trying to force a trade thing, I'm not going to go out, just find hey, what stock am I going to trade? I'll be watching stocks, looking for the best opportunities. And that's the thing too. You got to be quick to cut profits. But I will try to do clips or something. I could do it live, but it's you might sit there the whole day and I won't make a trade, So it's not like a trade has to be done every day. I would much rather do a trade every 2 or 3 days, or some days I'll do 5 in a day, and then take those high risk to reward trades, but they aren't risky at the same time. I've been trading for a long time, so it's my strategy is a lot of different strategies. That's what I should say. Secular rotations, I'm in SoFi calls right now. I'm in Snapchat calls right now. Those are doing very well. SoFi was up 12% today. I've been in those 3 or 4 days. So things like that, secular rotations, more swing trades, that's the stuff that's going to help you guys also make a lot of money. And that's what's really exciting, to notice the trends. Have you guys noticed, if you guys watch any of these videos, like I said earlier, I've been calling out the secular rotation since like 2 weeks ago, something like that, a week ago. And we're finally starting to see. Today was the first day that happened. And my portfolio was up on Robinhood like 7%. My other ones were up a little bit less than that because they're not as, concentrated. My Robinhood's like Lucid, SoFi, AMC, DraftKings. It's a pretty concentrated portfolio. I've had a lot of those for a while now. Wait for MGM Grand to do something for 3 years now. The struggle is real. Oh, man. Sadie. Dog's freaking out. Sadie! Stop. Come here, girl. Come here. What the hell? She's freaking out. Should we sell it all? If we do, brokers will not survive. I mean, you don't want to be like holding the bag if it's like thousands of dollars per share. But I mean, it's up to everybody. I have an $85 call expire tomorrow. Need this to go ballistic. Oh yeah, my friend's dad owns over 50K shares and he makes bank investing. Yeah, there's a lot of different strategies. Sadie, stop. Tomorrow, 5 minutes before close, we're buying at the same time. Froggy Friday Frenzy. You've been calling it TCI. Yeah, it's actually been playing out now. Like for a while now, you'd see things so clear and it just wouldn't happen. Like it just wouldn't happen. She barks at her own shadow, but I definitely do, Brenda. I feel sorry for anybody that, without saying too much. Buy HODL Rich. Tips on trading SPY calls. I mean, I do occasionally. I think the premium on SPY calls, because I don't like doing just next day expiration most of the time. Like, I like to do at least 1 to 2 weeks out past where we are at, So right now, that's why I did the January 14th AMC call. Because I like to give myself a little bit of room in case it didn't have a mega bounce tomorrow or didn't go crazy and I don't lose 90%. But with SPY, it's like 2% move, which is quite substantial on the SPY most of the time. If you you're paying, for a week or two out, you're usually paying like $200 for a 2, 3, 4% move. So you really have to hit the moves, and they don't pay out as much as other just more volatile stocks where you can kind of play the move better. But the SPY is really good for like credit spreads, stuff like that. You just got to be careful. Sometimes debit spreads, but mostly credit spreads. It's basically free money, if you're doing a far out the money credit spread. You'd have to see the markets go crazy in one direction or the other to really lose. Like a March 2020 drop to lose on a put credit spread. I'm not worried. I made 800% call on GME. There you go. Yeah, those 800, 1,000% plays. I've had Redfin back early 2020. Well, after everything and like recovered and Redfin went through its rally, turned $30 into 6,000. That was the wildest trade I've had. But it was two. It was $15. I bought 2 calls. I think the $20 calls, and it went to like $60, the price of the stock. But that's where like literally options are options, like financial options, because you can do so much with them. I don't get into like Forex or any of that stuff just because, options are enough. I feel like you can never stop learning different options, strategies, and refine your techniques. Hey, it works, hon. I've been between 5,000 and 100,000 a share. Do you think this is unrealistic? No, I don't think it's unrealistic at all. I think, some people just, some people just do too much, Some people just want that click so bad. And it's like, I don't just do YouTube for, like, financial gain. Like, that was never why I started YouTube. But some people, that's all they were in it for. And they don't care if they lead you in the right direction or the wrong direction, or just lead you astray, or just give you false information. So a lot of people just say crazy stuff. Mr. Simon, man, this guy supports. I appreciate you, bro. You support. Keep it up. Lifting weights. There we go. But Tyler, how much is bare minimum you need to play options? Bare minimum, like the trade I did was like $3 contracts, and I sold them out at $9 a piece. I did 20 of them, so it was $60 into like. I'll just show you. Sorry, it was on Robinhood. I apologize for all my Robinhood haters. I hate them too. Trust me, hate these motherfuckers. But I do have some money over here. I seen the trade, went for it. Yeah, so $3, 20 contracts, $60, sold 2 for $9, sold 10 for $9, and sold 8 for $7. So, that was a couple 100% right here in just a couple minutes time. So, 100 bucks can do a lot for you if you start to build that up and keep your money. And what you don't want to do is like start revenge trading. You are cool, Tyler. You rock, homie. Member for 3 months. Let's go. 3 months. Dang. My guy. We need to, after the MOAS, we need to rent a private jet and go somewhere cool. Go to freaking, I always wanted to go like what's it called, where you're on the back of like a jet ski or a boat on like those sails, just fly in the air. That'd be so cool. I see TikToks like that sometimes. That'd be cool. We need to do that. Off with their hood. Yeah, seriously. Predicted YouTube and made it big. I'd start to give my viewers half or earnings. Every stream would be a giveaway, but only to those viewing live. It could work, maybe. Because I'm camera shy. I think everybody's camera shy a little bit, but yeah. Once you make it big, you should want to do things for the people that supported you, right? Like that's the whole reason. Believe this or not, I'm not asking anybody to believe this, but one of the biggest reasons, like, I strive to do as much as I can to work. I'm the definition of a workaholic. I'm sure most of you guys probably are too, but is to generate this wealth and be super generous. Every time I go out to a restaurant or through the McDonald's drive-thru, I want to give a couple $100s to them if they're cool. Like, that demeanor, is definitely important. But somebody cool, like, sometimes you just get the cool people at McDonald's, like, that are happy and act like they love their life. I don't know if they actually do, but it's like, I want to be able to give them, show love to them and ultimately help it encourage and inspire people. Come from Michigan. I'm not sure, I can't vouch for other states, but it's not a very wealthy place, especially where I grew up, and the problem is nobody has knowledge. That's part and part why I did start this channel. Only reason I haven't started a channel, camera shy. Yeah, I think everybody should start a channel if they want to, It's a lot of work. A lot of work goes on behind the scenes, Show me some love too. Exactly. Yeah, that's where with this trading challenge, like, there's no way, in my opinion, because I've done it a couple times, that this trading challenge is not gonna work. I'd have to get very unlucky, like, multiple times. Like it would be very hard to lose $500 doing the strategies that I'm going to be doing and showing you guys. And once that turns from 500 to 5,000, depending on what time of the year it is, I don't know. If it's just going really good, I'll keep it going. And then whatever the final amount is, maybe by the end of the year, maybe just 5,000, then I want to do something. I want to help the cause. I want to give it back to you guys, or something along those lines. Like, I don't want to keep it like that. It's not for like a, like it's really important, but legit, Squidward working at that nightmare, which is like 3 times a year. When will you sell? I honestly have no plans on selling. Like, I more love the movement than anything else. Like, I've said before that I had no plans on selling. Like, I just love the movement. If it goes to crazy high prices, like it will, but when it does, then that's when I probably sell. I really haven't even thought about an actual number. Sierra the Noob. Bravo to you. You making it rain. Going to be subject to pattern day trading. Yeah. But there's actually a way around pattern day trading, believe it or not. With options. It's a little bit different, but it's the same thing. Let me just show you guys real quick. Just because I'm gonna just show you guys on Robinhood because it's the simplest to actually do it. Okay. So don't hate me. Unsubscribe if you guys want to, whatever. I don't even care. You guys do what you guys want to do. But which options did I actually trade though? The 31st. Oh, those did expire tomorrow. That was sketchy. Well, I guess I can't do it on there. But look, you can do unlimited day trades. This is not by any means what I would do. But if you buy a call, say you bought the $21 call, and Carnival's not the best example to do this on. I didn't remember that I was doing those contracts that expired tomorrow, so they're not up here. The chain's not up here. But essentially, if you get a news announcement or something that's going to drive the stock higher, this is not something you would do all the time. It's more of like, if you want to day trade a stock real quick using options, you can do this strategy very well. You'd buy, say, the $21 call. You're just bullish. Something came out. You want a position in them, but you don't want to hold it all day. You bought the $21 strike for $46 per share. You're chilling. It's in your account for 5-10 minutes, whatever. The $22 strike went to $100 per se. You're up over 100% on this $21 call. Well, what you can do is sell the $22 call. Well, did I explain that right? If this 46 one went to 100 or whatever the price, yeah, and then this 22 went to 100, 200, whatever the price, you can short that, collect that as premium, and then essentially you're out of the trade. And the only bad thing is it caps your gain. So if the stock went to $25, you'd only make the difference between the two. So it'd be $100 per dollar move. Hopefully that made some sense. I have made videos about it before. But nice, you're the new. We should build each other up, not break each other down. There we go. Appreciate you. Options on Hood. Buy. Okay. It's all love, brother. In the grand scope of things, does it really matter too much? It does, but I mean, how do we know when they start to cover? We'll have data to reflect it, and you'll see in the price action too. That's why I like to see the volume actually low, because once you get more volume that comes in, the stock will react much more. Like, if you guys didn't see the video earlier today where I did briefly talk about this, 20% move back here December 17th. was caused because 144.7 million shares traded hands. That was the volume. Take it back to the last 20% move that we seen, was back here in a single day, was back here August 24th, but it took 225,000 shares, the volume, to move this stock 20%. The same price action move that we've seen, but it happened this last time around with much less volume. So if you see this stock going like parabolic on relatively low volume compared to what we've seen, like 100, 200 million shares that trade hands, and you're seeing a 40% increase, let's just say for a random example, to the value of AMC, that's a better indicator. We'll also see with the Ortex data that is kind of delayed and all that, but we'll also see in the 13F filings, like you will know, right? You'll have a good inclination, I think that's how you say that word, of what is actually going on. You know, it's very interesting. You know what's actually funny though? I would a lot of people that you guys probably watch also have a Robinhood account. Who here actually bought Hood? Yeah, I've never bought Hood. I've shorted Robinhood, but never bought a single share. And I've showed you guys that. Bought, 172, sold for 350. But these were the 35.50 strikes. Come on now. Like, give me a break, bro. Give me a break on Robinhood. Please. Man, I think I shorted this twice, 3 times maybe. Yeah, look, 65 into 65 cents into 101 a piece too. Give me a break, bro. We're just trying to make some money. I don't care how you do it. If you told me you were giving me $1 million you made off Robinhood, I would not question it or second guess it. Eric Cuthill. Remember. Let's go. Man, you guys are great. I seriously love doing this. Let's go. I didn't see stock. If I sell and buy back, but you sell the new shares I sold. Oh. What's the details on your challenge? I'm not too many details. Just start with $500 at the beginning of the year, and then I don't know how long it's gonna take. There's no real details to it. It's mostly gonna be with options. I will trade stock here and there when it makes sense to. Once the account grows to say 1,000 or 2,000, it'll make more sense to. But basically once I get to 5,000, depending on what's going on with the portfolio and all that. If I have a lot of good trades open, I'll keep it open longer. But once it gets to 5,000, I'll likely just sell it. And I'm not sure exactly what's gonna happen. I think there was a mixed bag per se on what people wanted to do on the video that I posted, essentially saying I want to do something, give the money away, donate it, do something, but I want you guys to like be a part of it, like make a video about it or do something, maybe give it to servers. I don't know. Give it to you guys. That's what I would initially want to do, but yeah, I would if you guys want it to be like spread out to you guys, depending on how many videos I would do, the only requirement on your guys' end, if you wanted to be part of that, only if you wanted to be a part of it, would be to comment on the videos, because I can go to a random comment generator. It's like a application or whatever. You can type in the URL and it'll automatically pick a random comment. say I was giving away $2,500 or $4,000 to 40 different people, $100 a person or $200 a person, then I would just likely do a random comment generator from every video. It's got to be 1 to 5K, or it's not. Take the average to 5K to be some fucked up number. Yeah, 100% agree. Rob, much respect, man. Love the channel. Love you. Love all you guys. Appreciate it. Answer the question about PDT above. I didn't see. If you want to resend it, I did not see if you were talking to me. Is it Boomer Doom tomorrow? Just join the live stream. I think it's going to be good. Obviously, we've seen the market sell off. Futures not looking so hot. But things can change very fast. A lot of this, obviously, the main headline on CNBC is the CDC says people should avoid cruise ships. Biden-Putin tensions, not good, but we have been recovering in after hours with AMC since where we did close down 1%, I believe, in after hours. We have been recovering. My emoji, it's an 8. It's an 8 with the AMC. He's got a diamond. Almost a 1-to-1 on viewers to likes. Smash the like, people. Boom. What do you mean? Exactly. No, AMC's so explosive, though. Like, this move that we did see. Let's pull it up. Oh, shit. I'm going to have to go back so far. I don't really want to do it, but we're going to do it anyways. This move. See this move right here? December 17th. This is December 17th. We started off the day barely positive, and we closed the day up about 20%. We started at virtually nothing, at literally flat on the day, and we went up 20%. So, I know you guys hate hearing it. It could go either way, but I think it's going to be a strong day. It's the last day of the year, but I really think January, the first couple of weeks of January, that's going to be more important because, all your tax strategies are done. AMC is going to have a very strong fundamental year. And we could talk fundamentals, if you guys want, but boom, boom, tomorrow, baby. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be, I placed a call in the first time in 4, 5, 6 months, which, is not crazy, but I don't trade options on AMC like that. Unless, once it's confirmed, because you're not helping the movement until you get a confirmed breakout. And that's what we got today. And the $35 strike, it's just out of the money. Once it does get up there, it'll actually help a lot. But what about the momentum ignition algos 3 days in a row with the last one inverse? Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talking about that. The momentum ignition algos. And generally speaking, it definitely makes sense. Because for a certain degree, it is kind of predictable, right? These trading algorithms, they account for 70% of the volume. And it does look like the trading algorithms would start to bid the stock up a lot. AMC to buy more XRP. But AMC has so much money. In charge with Simmark and Dave and Buster's. Interesting. You're the man that talks sense. And I agree with you. So does Trey. Thank you for sharing your input. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. I appreciate you. What's your call strike price? My strike price is $35 by January 14th. right along with, basically what I've been saying. But I want to get a little bit closer to the money because I think it's possible and very probable that AMC will be higher than 35. So my goal is to make that go into the money. I spent $100 flat for it. Just 100. So it's not like a very large, if I think it's possible AMC could be back to $45 per share by then. Very possible. That would be $1,000 intrinsic value. So not even including time premium or extrinsic value. Oh yeah. In long-term debt, $30 million in current debt outstanding for because of the current net debt of yeah. See, hope I don't lose too many of you guys. Let's look up. This is one thing that you will not hear unless you're here on this channel, and that's pretty much it. I have not heard anybody talk about this. I'm waiting for somebody to talk about this. You guys have probably heard this, but there's a lot of misconception, especially about the dividend videos that I made. I made 2 of them, basically going over how AMC can issue a special dividend at the very least in 2022, because it doesn't matter how much debt a company has. If they can service their debt and they're profitable after servicing their debt, then it doesn't matter. But AMC is much more efficient. Their operating revenue was about $5.5 billion in 2018 and 2019 when they actually made $110 million profit. But it cost them $5.5 or $4.5 billion to make that money. Now, granted, we didn't open until, April-ish? May, I believe, for theaters in general. I think 90% of theaters were open in June. The cost of revenue is at $1.7 billion. It'll probably be at $2.1, $2.2 billion by this next earnings call. It'll probably be at $3 billion next year. Analysts are estimating AMC will bring in $4 to $5 billion of revenue. So assume we have a $3 billion cost of revenue and we bring in $5 billion of revenue. That's a $2 billion difference in, better margins compared to $1 billion additional better margins, $2 billion total. So we are effectively 30% more efficient now than we were then. So if those numbers get back to where they were, oh man, AMC is going to turn a monstrous, nasty profit. Nasty, bro. It's going to be so nasty. Because, what's even more important than growing your revenue is, in my opinion, revenue tends to grow over time. It's getting your margins right, getting your cost of revenue right. The less you have to put up to make that revenue is the more money that you're ultimately going to make. So I think it's really good. And then the other things, the popcorn, that stuff is good too. And I definitely won't argue with it. Yeah. Do you think AMC can come back to gross? Yeah, that's actually the estimate. Let's see if I can pull it up. Yeah, that's actually the estimate for 2022. Shit. I don't know if I'll be able to find it on the fly real quick. I don't know why I have my browser set to Yahoo. It's really annoying. I suck. Wow. Revenue. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where I seen it. I actually gotta type it in. It's 2022. I think it was Yahoo. Yeah, next year. Okay. Average estimate 4.61 billion. High estimate 5 billion. So, in between that range, that's going to put us at almost what we were, $500 million less than what we were in 2018, 2019. Well, 460-ish million less. But the cost of revenue is going to be substantially less than 4.5 billion. Yeah, 20 years at 80 last year, 200 LCD. LTC and 45 and 300,000 Doge. Oh man. Oh, yeah, that's incredible. Crypto is really been something else. Some like Doge, Sheeb, like especially Shib. It's like, who bought that? And like she was up like 34 million%. Like, dude, that's crazy. That's insane. Dark days. Oh yeah. I think it'll be real good. Real good. And that's really what I think a lot of financial media, though, continuing where I was, doesn't see, and they fail to realize this, is the business of AMC is so efficient now, and it's reflective of the numbers that we are seeing right now. There's no arguing that. There's no arguing that. And what's actually more crazy about all of this, get a kick out of this. If you guys have not seen this, like if you guys have not seen this, dude, there was more theater movies released in 2020 than 2021. Dude, 455 movies were released in 2020. 429 were released in 2021. But the revenue was over double. Make that make sense. I don't even know how there was more releases in 2020 than 2021. But, I think it's going to be a lot better this upcoming year. There's so many blockbuster movies. Like, dude, Avatar 2 is coming out. And this is the top grossing movie of all time. This movie did $3 billion at the box office. Like, is number 1 with 2.84 billion in ticket sales, while Titanic is number 3 with 2.2 billion at the global box office. Crazy, huh? Yeah, Spider-Man did Battle at the Lake, changing. Hi, Mom. Okay, never seen that movie before. That movie was a banger. Hi, Mom. I never even seen that. Oh, it never came out domestically. That's probably why. Detective Chinatown? They're banging out movies for China, bro. 686 million worldwide. It didn't even come to America. Those are some bangers, dude. Jeez. That's intense. But yeah, like $3 billion at the box office. Like, there's so many good movies. People are going to go to theaters. There's no way to put it. People are just haters. People just hate AMC to hate AMC. They don't want to see you win. That's the key. They don't want to see you win. I don't even think it's about the money anymore. I honestly don't. Like, I don't think it's about them making money. I think hedge funds have honestly accepted that they're going to lose money on this trade. If you wanted to cover on your short positions, you should have done that at $20 a share. That's the bottom. That's the worst case scenario. Unless the markets go to shit, COVID takes over the world, or fucking, Biden falling asleep hits the nuke button or something. Other than that, we're good. And sorry, I'm totally neutral on the politics, but I think it's funny. No, I was honestly more afraid of Trump, like, starting a war, to be honest with you guys. I'm very neutral. I was like, man, they're about to draft us stock traders. Like, bruh. Yeah, if you guys have not already, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Yeah. And I mean, people don't, they don't think about the fundamentals. Like, they don't care. And I get it all the time. And I get it to a certain extent, but they do matter. Especially if you're somebody like me that has traded so many different stocks. Like I've said before, like, if my worst case scenario is, dude, if my worst case scenario on AMC, if I was an outsider, my worst case scenario was like $10, if I hadn't retested this $20 level, and like, is it worth it at that point? If you're a total outsider, is it really worth it to go and do these these stocks for trades, or, whatever, if your worst case scenario is so far? Once you're in momentum, it's a little bit different. It's a lot different, actually. Hit the like button for 5 AMC shares. Oh, man. That's funny. Yeah, scrappy childhood. Yeah, 100%. That's funny. Get some therapy after the squeeze. And yes, I hit like button when I came in 45 minutes ago. That was your girl last time. Told me to shout her out, I believe. What's going on, David Johnson's girl? If you're listening, appreciate you. We'll probably get a 1 to 5% red day tomorrow. It's Friday before a holiday. Yeah, there. Maybe, but I think it. People hate hearing that. I think it could go either way, but I definitely think this technical breakout, you can't ignore it. Like, the data is there. Like, that's 100%. The data, it is what it is. It can delay, though, but I think the real action is going to start the new year, because clean tax bill, clean tax slate. If you wanted to move around a lot of money, get out of your tax bill or offset that in whatever way, then you would have done that in 2021. TCI, I mean, all the signals point towards buying AMC, right? I buy AMC in my sleep if I could. Oh, yeah, definitely. Especially right now. But, I mean, we also, in between, like, lower 30s, really, like 33, 34, 35, and, like, the mid 40s, that's been a solid range, like, basically all year. Well, since, like, June. That little sell-off. That's been really your, like, range bound. It's like mid 40s, high 30s, mid 40s. So I think it even made sense in here to be buying it, because AMC, it's actually improving much more on a fundamental basis. And I'm sure other institutional investors that are part of the group of people that are buying AMC by the boatloads, 10x, if I could write, 10x faster throughout the last, throughout December than we've seen any other month. They're probably looking at the fundamental case for AMC too. They're probably looking at exactly what I'm saying, that the business is more lean down. It's going to turn a profit in 2022. Like, if it doesn't, I will be very, very surprised. Not pay off all its debt, but turn a profit. Brandy said hi, Tyler. Let's go. Sup, dude? Clowns all jump for tomorrow. I forgot New Year's is Saturday. Yeah, we didn't get the New Year's break this year, which I love it. I love it. I actually hate the weekends. Well, I don't want to say I hate the weekends, but I guess I should say I love the markets. I guess I have since I started investing in them. But days off, you need them every now and again. But I guess I don't really take days off. But you deserve 5 shares off of each of us for your effort. I'm not. You guys are too cool. I honestly do this for no financial gain. Like streaming, it really doesn't pay anything. I just like doing it. So never you don't need none of that. Oh, Big J. When are you streaming League and showing us your Draven skills? Oh man. I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 4, to be honest. To be 100% honest. I need to get on League though. To be fun. No, I might start a streaming channel or something else too, if that's something you guys would be interested in. Only for 3 shares tonight. You want equity debt? It's best kind. Yeah, as long as you're safe about the equity debt, like margin, right? It could go against you pretty quick, but if you're safe with it, it's good. Using 50-day EMA as my main entry for trades. Any thoughts, guys? If you're looking more on a short term, depending on what you're looking at, right? 5, 10, 15-minute candles. Your 20-day, your 14-day, your 5-day moving average. That's what I would really look at. Like with AMC, on even the daily candlestick, the 20-day simple moving average has been really key to this technical breakout, and that's the blue line. If you're looking at it on the daily, I don't really try to do day trades on technicals for just the daily 1-minute candlestick chart. Just because things can switch so fast, you'll be bullish, bearish, and most of the time if I'm trading something for a day trade, it's news related. Something came out, FDA approval, there's Netflix or Disney upping their prices. Those are great catalysts, things like that. That's how I personally like to do it. Riches is enough to buy a home in uncommon market. What about COD, playa? I played a lot of Modern Warfare 3. 300 days played when I was in middle school. Maybe I was in 9th grade too, end of middle school. So much. So I don't play it as much now, but I definitely like it. I can still get on there and do very well. because my muscle memory is like fucking crackhead in my hands. But COD's fun. COD's fun. Not getting my shares. Probably paid for in full by YouTube. Nah. Pumping or dip? I'm considering buying puts since pumped so much lately. I would be very careful about a lot of stocks that have gotten beat down a lot. Let's take a brief look at NIO. Like, I like NIO as a business, but China, oh my God, I cannot stand them. I can't stand them. Like, where are they at? 32, 42. There's definitely room to climb. I would just be very careful with it, But it could be good buying puts once it actually confirms. Where do you look for your information on what's your catalyst to trade said stock? Actually, I'm glad you said something. Here's a Twitter account you guys can follow. It's Fast Stock Market News. It's literally says, I get terminal headlines out seconds after they are posted, so follow this account and save $24,000 per year by not having to buy one. And they do. They get it out very fast. A lot of tweets every day, so you kind of got to sift through the ones that you want to use. There's other tools, though, Webull, Benzinga Newsline, a lot of other things. Some of it's, you got to pay for, but if you want something you don't have to pay for that's like news trades that you'll get it literally in like seconds after it comes out, this is the Twitter account to follow. Make a lot of money off this account. So if you do hit anything, hey, send them a little something, Got to do it from time to time. But Bloomberg terminals too, if that's what you want to do. Ortex does have something too, but not a huge fan of it. It's all right. China's on fire. ADV China worker and 100 to 200 a month. Very sad. Jeez. That don't translate into very much, does it? China's just I can't invest in China anymore until they get the regulation figured out. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Like NIO is the perfect business for China. Over 90% of the Chinese population lives in apartments. And good luck charging your EV at a charging station. NIO and their battery as a service, that's genius. That's exactly what China needs. But how do you invest in these great businesses like NIO when China is threatening to delist the companies? Like, I've got a stock delisted before. You lose a lot of money. The stock I got delisted was Stemline Therapeutics. And this thing got delisted, and I never got any money out of it. It was gone. It showed up in my portfolio for a while. Wow. But it never, see, there's nothing, it's literally dissolved. Or it went to the OTC or something. So June 2020. Usually doesn't happen too often. Yeah, it doesn't even pull up a stock price. If you pull up any stock, I want to see SoFi though. Actually, SoFi went crazy today, but yeah, you see, sometimes they can get pretty ugly. I always wish you would have sold off too soon. I see 230 to 280 realistically. Here we go. I haven't played in like 9 months. A 24-year-old borrowed my Xbox and not gotten it back yet. Oh. Not too old to get that ass whooped. Oh, that's funny. That's so funny. My daughter is so hilarious. I can imagine when my kid, when she grows up. She's so mean. Any of you guys got mean kids, bro? Little baby's so mean. She's not even 1.5, and she tells me, "Get away from me. Get away from me." And then I gotta steal love. It's terrible. It's terrible. I just want my 400,000 to buy a home in 2022, 3 to 4 bedrooms, 3 to 4,000 square foot. Yeah, that's solid. That's very, 400,000. If you get that at 3%, what is that? Or if you just purchase it in cash, that's 12,000 down payment down, but your mortgage payment on that. Let's see what a mortgage payment would actually be on that. Zillow, thank you. Home price, 450,000. I'm just playing. 400,000 down payment, 3% playa. 0.03. No, that's not right. Down payment. What, 12,000? That's 3%. 30-year fixed interest rate, 3.19%. Not bad. Payment $2,700 a month. Yeah, that PMI is killer. It's so not terrible, but my kid is mean sometimes. Oh yeah, they get like, man, they're funny. Kids are great. Beats up on her 1-year-old brother and says he did. What the fuck? They are. They do too. Me and my brother used to beat up on each other. And then check K square foot home sold in the 400s. Yeah, real estate is up big. Where I live in Michigan, it's up almost 17% on average in the last year. In America in general, I think it's like 20-some percent, 25%, I believe. Maybe not that, maybe like 23%, around that range. Hell, I pay $1,800 on $200,000. You should see about refinancing. What's your interest rate? As long as you have the you can qualify to like get another mortgage, qualify for the loan. You should refinance ASAP. I mean, it's not terrible. It could be worse, But like now, if you got a $200,000 house with like a 3% interest rate, let's see actually. This is not 100% accurate, but it's close enough. I believe it'd be like $1,300 for that right now with the. So I'm terrible at math. What's 5% of 200,000? I feel like I should know that like off the top of my head. 5% for like a conventional. 10,000. So $10,000 down payment. Yeah, see, I was pretty much right on. $1,370 for a 3.45% interest rate. Now you do a 3% interest rate. See, it didn't even move it too much. 1323. Oh, for something I will after the squeeze. Okay, okay. That makes sense. Another housing bubble. Yeah, that's the thing. Like housing, it's very strict to get loans. Like you have to jump through hoops. At least in Michigan, you have to jump through some major hoops to get loans. Like when I was getting this house and I had other rentals, this was earlier 2021, like February I believe. Uh, they wouldn't take any lease agreements. So I had to qualify for this house as if I was living in two other houses at the same time. So three houses I had to qualify for at the same time. Granted, mortgages, I've kept a decent credit score, so they're not terrible, but it was a little ridiculous. I mean, yeah, that's still not bad, 4 or 5%, still not bad compared to like historically. My first house was like 4.7%, and I still haven't refinanced it. It's not bad. It's like, and if you're not gonna stay there like your whole life, it's almost not worth refinancing because closing costs and all that. Hmm. I bought my house 1.5 years ago, and it's up. Oh, I sold up 100K. There you go. Yeah, real estate's been really good. I mean, it's just leverage. That leverage will do you a lot. After Moz, I'm gonna have a perfect credit score. My credit is all time high. It was now 730. I pay off every single month, keep zero balances. Yeah. Yeah, credit cards less than 30%. That that does help too. So let's see any final. Yeah, see futures starting to recover. This dude, this Russia Biden thing, I hope it doesn't get crazy cuz that could send the markets down. Like Omicron's out the way, the rate hikes are priced in. The markets have been pricing in 3 rate hikes. So if we come to find out, getting into like March even, if we don't get that first rate hike, the markets should react very bullish to that because we are expecting 3, and that's pretty hawkish. That's like a rate hike increase every almost 3 months. So, if the hawkishness doesn't hold up to as hawkish as it's expected to be, it should be good. But this could definitely throw some things off if that does escalate. That's too long to read right now. How do you get into investing, bro? How long you been at it? Um, been at it for about 4 or 5 years. I don't remember exactly when I did. Um, and I kind of stumbled upon it. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, how do I make a lot of money when I'm not like above average intelligence? I'm not like a rocket scientist. I'm not like, you know, any, anything that's like gonna throw millions at you, right? So I'm like, what can I do? And just stumbled across it. I don't even remember how I stumbled across it. Maybe it was like weed stocks or something. I can't remember exactly how I stumbled across it, but I was like I had never been exposed to stocks before. I didn't know anything about it. Nothing. Like I just like school would talk about it. I never did. There was no senior stock project at my high school. didn't exist. Didn't do one. So yeah, just stumbled across it and was instantly like fell in love with it, passionate about it. And then just sought to learn as much as possible. Because I'm like, hey, this could take you far. And then you start to get into options, and then you start to get that gambly feel. Then you lose a little bit of money, and you're like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like you start to refine your skills, and then you start to figure out how to invest. But generally speaking, I'm a long-term investor. I put 20, 25, 30% of my income just straight away into stocks like that are gonna be big companies down the line, like your SoFi. SoFi is a really big decent chunk investment for me. Probably 12% of my overall portfolio is in SoFi. Lucid's probably got another 12%. Dividend stocks are probably 20%, and then other things. AMC is probably like 25, 30%. I'm not exactly sure on the percentages because it's spread out, but yeah. But like 5-10 years from now, you're gonna be doing very, very well. Seminole County, Florida. Yeah, I know somebody lives in Cape Cod, Florida. I think that's how you say it. I've never been to Florida though. A lot of you guys are in Florida, huh? Like button. Yeah, hit the like button. See what you want when shit broke. Yet when have the cash and out of stock. All right, guys. It's good chilling with you guys. Look forward to it. I'm going to try to do this like every night. Want to get on a schedule with it. Oh, Joe Black. Dang. Yeah, just, not financial advice or anything, but if you're investing in solid companies, like I do think Lucid will be a solid company, definitely down the line, then it's not a loss until you sell. And the way that I look at it is, if you don't want to get into a stock, like don't want to keep buying a stock, just stop buying the stock. Don't sell it, but just start buying other stocks, because eventually, like, you'll have a majority of your portfolio in one stock. If you stop buying that stock and start buying something else, just generally speaking, give it 6 months or a year, and that one stock that you had a majority of your portfolio in that you're down on is now not going to be your largest holding anymore, just because you're buying other stocks. So, time for future evening streams. Yeah, I'm gonna I want to get on a schedule. Try to do from 10 to 11 probably. My goal with all this is to wrap up like the day's events, look ahead what's going to happen tomorrow, try to get a feel of what to expect. Talk about any news or any events that are coming out. I just had a great time tonight, and I was very excited, to be honest with you guys. So I didn't expect to be on this late, but it was definitely a pleasure with all of you guys. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your night, and I will see you tomorrow and in the video.